sorry for the delay. Hello. I'm just getting my, all right, I think my tablet's ready. Yes, there we go. Yes, Pancake, I know. I'm late, whatever. Waking up is not easy. You know this. You're a cat, you should, I don't know, understand my plight, you know. Instead, you just look at me and judge me. But whatever. I'll pretend like I didn't see that. Alright, I'm gonna go, here, let me zoom in on Pancake. Zoom. Oh, shoot. I'm getting there, Pancake. Yeah, look at you, you're so cute. Alright, zoom. Alright. Ooh, you looking pretty. Alright. Let me go just grab my drink. It's just downstairs. This over here. I had a pretty interesting weekend that I want to talk about. I went to a convention, obviously. Yeah, I went to a convention. It's pretty slow, to be honest. Wasn't really the best convention at all. Until about the last day. The last day of the convention, all of a sudden, people wanted to buy my, one of my plushes, which, you know, I was kind of hoping people would be interested, but I didn't think the response on the last day would be as much as it was. That honestly made up for the whole fact that the weekend was slow. So that was like a big saving grace. Here, let me go grab the drink. I'm already parched. I will be right back. Hey, what do you, no, don't get near me. I need a drink before I touch you. You're too furry. You like furred up all my, Pancake, you're not even in front of the camera. How are people gonna enjoy you if you're not even providing your services? Provide your services. There you are. Yeah. Pancake, you're crushing me. You really are. Here, let's move this so you can have your sunlight, as I know you are oft to want. Yes, Pancake, I know. Good girl. Okay, here. You gotta be right here in front of the camera, though, so people can see. There you go. Look at you. All right, let me go get that drink. chicken, yeah. Lots of chicken today. We got chicken, it's here today. Everybody loves chicken in their special way. I've got chicken, yes indeed. I got chicken for me. Da, 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 da. Okay, I'm sorry. Hello, how are you? I'm really sorry for being late and then singing a while and then whatever. Luca, I'm really disappointed that you said you're failing because you're so smart. And what exactly are you failing? Because if it's math, I can understand that because math just in general sucks. So I do get that, but you know, like, how bad are you failing? Is it catastrophic failing, or like what do you describe failing? And I don't mean failing as like, oh, I got a B in science. No, you like if you're failing, you need like D's and C's and F's. But if you're just gonna tell me, oh, I scored a B on that last project, that's not failing to me. Why isn't my thing working? Yes, software is starting. Yes, it should. It should be starting. Wait, what is this? What are we doing? I want you to open the program. Oh, thank you. Jeez. We got chicken. It's here to stay. Every kitty loves chicken in their special way. And we've got chicken for dinner today. Everybody loves eating chicken. We've got chicken for the kitties today. They love chicken in a special way. We got chicken here today. Everyone loves chicken. Yes. We got chicken here today. Okay. Oh, good. Finally, it's opened. Oh, I can make a new document because it's a new week too. Well, then there we go. But Luca, I'm worried about you. Don't. I hope you're not actually failing anything. Is it really hard in this day and age to fail school, like primary school? Like I can understand people maybe doing rough in college. You know, you don't do the work, you pretty much. Well, actually, you know what? That's not true. You pretty much do the work, you win either way. Like, there's going to be a few hard, like, exams and tests if you're not remembering everything. But I would assume it's just you kind of do the work, like, repeat what they've taught you, and you're good to go. Although I guess I can't really talk too much about that since I almost failed middle school. But I was a huge rebel back then. I wasn't going to listen to nobody. I wasn't interested in, like, repeating what people told me to do. And plus, I figured out the game. The game is, in, well, middle school, your elementary and middle school, your records don't transfer, you know? So, in my mind, I didn't think I needed to work as hard because, well, obviously it's not going to count towards anything. I'm not going to do something if it's not going to count towards, like, my goals in life. So, just ended up kind of not doing any of that. You know, probably not the best attitude, but I'm like, whatever. I'll just, you know, oh my gosh, it's Reverend. Hey, Reverend. How's the weather over there on your side of the world? Doing good? Hope you're doing good. We got a hop and chat today. As you can see, we're busy talking to each other and having a great time. I would entertain you with my cat, but they're not here at the moment, so I do apologize about that. I would try to entice them, but I think they're downstairs being weird. See, Reverend, I would say something like, "You're skipping school. What are you doing that for? Why are you doing that?" But you know what? Based on what I know and the fact that you have beautiful curly hair, I expected you to be a rebel. Not going to school, maybe hanging out with the lads, you know, the buds, the bud skis. You never know. No, I expected that. Oh, it's sunny? You know what? It's actually sunny here today, too. I mean, you can't really tell on my little cat cam. Here, let me try to move the cat cam. Let's look outside. Oh, look at that. Sunshine. My windows are so dirty. I would try to clean them if it wasn't for the fact that they're really old vintage windows, so you can't just, they're not the ones, they're not modern, so you can't really, you basically got to go in with a really long stick and a cloth and try to clean it the best you can, because you can't fold the window down. But yeah, so this weekend I went to a convention, right? And very, very, very beginning of the stream, I talked about how it wasn't really the best convention. I'm gonna admit, things could have been a lot better. I think the conventions that I'm going to are having some issues, and how do issues normally start? Generally at the top. So the individual who runs the convention is maybe not necessarily making the best decisions that they could, and it's starting to now, I think, really affect everything. That's not really any of my business. There's a lot of issues, but yeah, none of my business, I guess. And so it turned out the convention was actually pretty slow for the first 2 days, and then all of a sudden, the last day, don't even know where it came from, a bunch of people came by and bought Star Kitty plushes. So you may have seen. Here, let's put on the cat cam. There. Oh, there we go. So I have this tiny little cat plush. It's a Star Kitty. It's the very first iteration I made. I need to do some improvements because unfortunately, this little guy is he's a little top heavy, and I'm gonna be honest, the cuteness level of it could be improved. Oh, geez, what are you guys doing here? Oh, well then fine, come up here. Not like I was using that space to show people stuff, but whatever. All right, thanks, Pancake. Jeez. Whatever. Anyways, so a lot of people came by and bought plush, which is great. I love that. And I was really worried about, the future of everything, because you do go there to make money, but it's really because you're trying to make other things and grow your business. It's not so much that you want to get rich quick so you can retire. A lot of times, most of the times actually, you're making money so you can just go to the next con or do your next big idea. So that's what kind of keeps you going as an artist. So I just want to preface with that. A lot of people came by. The worst part is when somebody came up. I was at the end. I was leaving for the day, so I'm packing up. This kid shows up, and I say kid very lightly. This wasn't like a 4 or 5 year old. This was a teenager, or maybe a young adult. I don't know. Sometimes you can't even tell. Sometimes these, or not these, but people show up, and you're not really sure if they're honestly in their mid-30s or if they're actually a teenager, because a lot of people have varying body types. They're really skinny, or maybe they just have a more whimsical personalities. Sometimes you're not really sure. You don't know if you call them sir, miss, ma'am, or if they'll get offended if you say any of that and say, actually, no, and they'll... Pancake Anthony, did I just hear you hiss at Genghis? Pancake. No, look at me. Did you just hiss? Genghis, did you want to come up on this chair? You scared him away. Why would you do that? I just want both of you to live in harmony. God. Anyway, kid comes up. They're holding a piece of candy in their hand. Just a piece of candy. Don't even know what it was. I didn't recognize it. They asked me with a straight ass face. And they're like, would you want to trade this for that Star Kitty plush? And it's the end of the day. I mean, I've had it, and I'm not going to be nice to a kid. I mean, I wasn't overly rude. You know, you're not going to just sit there and swear at them like, well, what the hell you mean? Like, you understand? So I look at this person and I say, and I'm looking at the candy, and it's just not registering. Like, this person doesn't understand that they're holding maybe a 5-cent candy, and they're asking me for a plush that I'm selling for $20. You know, and I'm looking at her, and I'm like, so tell me, how much is your candy worth? Like, ballpark estimate. What's your candy worth? She just kind of looks at me, and I'm like, all right, well, let me help you out. So your candy right there is worth a couple cents at most. Retailer sells it for a little bit more. However, this plush, do you know how much this plush, and I go through, I just let them know, like, for me, basically making this plush, this tiny little cat plush was $10 out of my own pocket, okay? So that's that, you know, you don't, whatever. So I'm looking at, and I'm like, so for me, and you want me to trade this item, which has a lot of value, right, for your candy? Do you see how that comes off as, like, I don't know, maybe a bit rude or anything like that? Are we, I don't know, kind of grasping the situation there? You know, and she's not getting it, and I'm like, all right, I don't think you're getting it. No, I'm not gonna give you my item, which I worked hard on and I paid a lot of money to make, just for whatever bullshit trade this is. You know, people who come up and do trades are probably the worst type of people, because they're basically saying, I like your stuff enough, but not so much I'm going to pay real money for it. I will give you an item that I don't mind parting with, though. I will do that, but I'm not going to give you money. And she's like, well, I don't have money. And I'm like, well, that sucks, but that's not my problem. It made it worse, because it turned out this kid was with a group of kids that were with a vendor. So the mom or the aunt or the grandma was a vendor. So I would assume that you would maybe understand kind of what your parent or the adult goes through in terms of, you know, making money and understanding the value of things, you know, especially if you're selling comics, vintage comics, posters, and other items that go for decent money or whatever at the con. And you know, it just kind of she just kept standing there looking, like as if it was in disbelief that I wouldn't allow a trade for her worthless item for my valuable item. And I just finished it with like, yeah, girl, that's actually kind of really rude. You know, I probably wouldn't do that to anyone else. And no, I'm not gonna trade you, no. And kept standing there. I'm like, all right, so I'm packing up, so I guess I'll just see you later, maybe, or, you know, something like that, kind of. As in, basically, you can go away now. I'm leaving. Like, I'm trying to pack my stuff up. Pancake, why are you sniffing that chair? All right, good girl. Yeah. So very interesting. You know, and I don't use kid gloves. I don't think there's such thing as kid gloves. The person did admit that she said, well, you know, I have some problems like ADHD and stuff like that, and I'm like, all right, well, I mean, I'm not going to comment on that, but that's not really a reason to, you're basically offending me without outrightly saying it, and you're expecting to get something out of it. That's all it is. You can't walk into Walmart, although that would never work. You can't just say, hey, can I give you my my plastic wrapper for this candy bar? Is that cool? Or no, you can't do that. They'll just, you know, be like, no. And I think people think they can get away with it because, you know, you're at a convention. There's this idea of bartering, you know. Bartering systems is pretty much, or the bartering system, or the idea of haggling and trading is pretty much only at conventions now. You can't do that in a lot of mainstream stuff. Maybe like a farmer's market, a craft market, you know, a Saturday's market where there's a lot of different items and different people there. Generally, you can't get away with that. So I don't understand what this expectation of me to, like, I feel compelled almost to go along with it because they're young, they're a kid, or young enough. Like, this person definitely had sense and reason. They knew full well, that there was money involved. You know what I mean? If you're not that smart to figure out that I'm selling stuff at my table, I can't help you. Like I can't. I don't know. So that's kind of how that went. You know, and I've had many people do that. A lot of kids, maybe they see my kindness as a weakness. They think, oh, maybe she'll give in. She looks really nice and stuff, and she's willing to talk to me. Maybe she wouldn't mind, just giving me something. Now, don't get me wrong. I've done that before. I mean, I'll be nice to you. You buy something. Hey, maybe I'm feeling generous. I'll throw in something else there too. Like, I don't know. You don't go into a convention scene thinking, man, I'm going to get rich within the next 2 to 3 years. No. Or if you're a good person, you're probably thinking about how you want to grow your business. You're thinking about how you want to improve yourself. How far can you grow your business and yourself? It's like a personal journey and a journey of the brand or whatever you're selling, whether it's art or it's crafts. You're basically a small business owner. That's one of the great things about being a person and living in a free society. So it's just sorry, let me get a drink. So oh my god, I'm sorry. I had too much Coke. I'm so sorry. And I'm not gonna handle these people with kid gloves. I mean, if it's like a 2-year, no, I wouldn't even talk to a 2-year. If it was like severe toddler, like you're talking about like someone who has no understanding of stuff, then you'd probably be like, oh no, buddy, I need money, Yeah, unfortunately, we need money for these things. But with somebody who clearly understands, I'm not gonna just. I think that makes the problem worse when you just don't inform them. Say, hey, look. That gesture, you just asking that, was actually really rude. Kind of hurt my feelings, because you're basically saying I'm not worth enough for your money, No, I'm not sniffing lines, dude. I was having. Oh yeah, no, yeah, I got it. No. Just my Coke and my Fireball. That's all I got. No, Pancake, you can't have any. Fireballs for Linz. And me only. Pancake, why don't you go sit somewhere where you are in view of the camera so I can view your awesomeness. Yeah, what's up, Quampless man? I just got done talking about my amazing convention activities. Oh, good, you're gone, Pancake? Great. I don't know how to put Star Kitty here. There you go. Oh, your birthday's coming up soon? Oh, awesome. You got any plans? Are you still at the age where you do stuff for your birthday, or is it just another day for you? Because trust me, that day comes a lot sooner than you're thinking. I think I was in my teens when that happened. It was just another day for me. You're a Jameson kind of guy? If it wasn't for the fact that the Fireball and the cinnamon of the soda, the Coca-Cola, go so well together, I probably would not even be a whiskey girl. I think the fact that it goes so well together and the taste is so blended, it's blended perfectly, And I don't like something that's too much to make, When I wake up, I don't want to be spending like 5 minutes making like a perfect cocktail. No, I just want to, get into it, It's time to roll, It's one of the benefits of working at home, That is called a benefit. Oh, thanks for enjoying my art. That's pretty cool of you. Thank you. I don't know what I'm drawing. I was complaining about convention stuff, and yeah. Not too sure what we're drawing though. those issues that I had, the convention was still good, and I got a lot of feedback. So, oh, that's something I didn't even get into yet. Oh my gosh, Pancake, you're so close. I said get near the camera, but I didn't say like fill the camera up with your fur. Oh yeah, getting some of them good. I sometimes I just watch her through the camera. I don't even bother looking behind me. I know that's probably bad. I should probably like look at her more often. Oh, you're so cute, Pancake. I did a lot of thinking concerning the webtoon and concerning the script for it, and I made a conclusion, a pretty bad conclusion, but I made the conclusion that maybe the reason I'm not writing the webcomic and I'm not, like, I'm constantly stuck. I'm constantly not able to come up with, it's just not moving, you know? And when you write something, there should be some flow to it, you know? So if you're having trouble with it, imagine how the reader's gonna take it, you know? And I think I've concluded that I need to rewrite it. Doesn't mean I'm going to completely get rid of everything, but I think I need to make some edits that are going to benefit the comic as a whole. You know? So, you don't have a cat? Why did you write you had a cat then, Quampless? What are you doing? So, yeah, I made that revelation because I took some scripts with me, and I was going through them, and I did a challenge, you know, to write in a sentence each thing that happened in the episode. And it was so confusing to me. It didn't seem to make sense, and it didn't seem to be interesting, because at the conventions, people will come up and they'll tell me how much they enjoyed reading the first part of Steggy and the first part of the webcomic, and they really like it. And I'm like, well, that's great. So I started writing down, well, what did I do in the first episodes? You know, they were funny. They were, you know, there was that comfort, or it was easy to read, easy to digest, and it was just fun to get into. And the episodes that I've been writing up to now have been anything but that. And I think I'm gonna change it. I think I am. And I got really excited on the way home driving, because I haven't had this kind of revelation in a while. Like, sometimes you'll go through life and or maybe you're writing some poetry, maybe writing a book, a script, and you kind of get really excited because you're like, oh my gosh, I broke down that wall that's been holding me back. You know, I'm excited that I finally, you know, was able to think about something and make some progress on it. It was that kind of excitement. So that makes me feel I'm going in the right direction, you know, because some of the stuff that I drafted on the way home, actually, it's good. It makes even me want to look and read at it, you know, and that's what I want. I want to make content that not only somebody else wants to read, but I want to be interested as well, you know. So let's see, I got some pages here. And I hate that I switch gears so often that, you know, I can't just take the webcomic, go from point A to point B, and then we're done. No, I feel like I gotta take 15 different routes to get to the same part. But maybe I really am ADHD. I don't know why I can't just simply concentrate on something. So I've got some, oh, that's right, I also need to, here. I don't even have a plan for today. We need a plan. So I think I'm gonna do this sketching. So I'm gonna finish up just doing this little bit of sketching. I have a new enamel pin design that people gave me a lot of really positive feedback on. So I think we're going to go ahead and get the pin design finalized and sent off. So that way I can have it in a month or two. So the pin design that I've been working on, it's a cat memorial pin, and it's basically a pin that it's a memento of your passed away feline friend. And so far, everybody has told me that they want the cat with the wings, because it actually, the wings give off the idea that, you know, that the animal did, you know, cross over, and they would feel good wearing it. Although some people said no glitter. They would only want just a flat color. So, I mean, that's really easy to change. But, so the idea with this pin, I have to do this, is you can like hang your, so like if your cat had a, like a little jingle bell or a little memento. So like for Pancake, she has like little collar accessories. So you could put a jingle bell there. You could put, I know that there's, hers is a bow. So you could have the bow that was on the collar. So you could have that there. And then you could take the pin with you. So, yeah. Something to, and there's also a dog version as well. And some people were saying about other animals, and I'm like, oh, you know, that makes sense. But I'm trying to think of only animals that, because I feel like having the functional part of the ring so you could customize it is crucial. Things like guinea pigs and hamsters, snakes, they don't have, you know, collars, or they don't have little name tags. I don't ever see a snake with a collar on it, you know? So, I don't know why I'm thinking it. Just I took Genghis to the vet the other day, and he checks out fine, but there's something just not quite right about him. There's something that's in the back of my mind thinking, yeah, he was checked out by the vet. Vet says things are good. You know, I trust the vet, but there's something off. I can't place it, and maybe here. Let me go get him right now. I actually want to check on him. Hold on, let me go grab my cat. Check on him later, or I'll use a greenie to his face. Hey, Jimmy. Hey, welcome. How is Jimmy today? So you're moving to a new state? Wow, that's a lot of work, Jimmy. You're more than welcome to, you know, take time to yourself. You know, you're not required to be here, you know. I don't want you to feel like, you know, it's, you know, mandatory or anything. think you choose a ring? Very cute art. Really? It is the... I don't know, it doesn't really look very cute. Looks just kind of like some... I don't know, some figures, I guess. So when are you supposed to be all done moving? Are you able to... Is everything going well, or... Oh. They calm you down? Oh, jeez, okay. I remember moving from Pennsylvania to Illinois, and I had to do it in one... It was one trip. It was only a one-way trip. I had everything just in the back of my car, and I had to just sleep on the side of the road. I wasn't able to have a hotel, and it was extremely stressful experience. Very, very stressful. Yeah, I don't know what we're drawing here. Oh, you got... Wow, that's a really, really, really big truck. So what, Reverend, you wouldn't use like a 26-foot truck to go across state lines? Do you not have trucks there? What's going on? You it's just so much easier to like sit in a parking lot and take a rest than pay, you know, God, like $100, $200 for a room for one night, especially if you're just only staying there for a little bit. Dude, if I had a 26-foot truck, I would put an air mattress in the truck somewhere, so that way I could, you know, do a little bit of the naparooing, you know. Like, I assume if most people had money, they would just, like, have their stuff shipped or, like, have a company move it across for you. But we poor over here in America. Like, it's certainly land of the free, but not of the rich, you know? A lot of us don't do that. We just do it by ourselves, aka what Jimmy is doing. Jimmy is taking charge of his future by going across multiple states to a new fabulous future. That's what Jimmy does. Reverend, dude, Reverend, you are probably the richest person I know right now. Your job, you've got an amazing job. So, you got money to, like, stay at, like, the Hilton. Us, like, small folk over here, we don't have that. We can't stay at the Hilton. We gotta stay at, like, Motel 7 or the Blue Roof Inn, you know? I do like your cat name. So when are you going to get a cat, Crumpus? Oh, hello, you two. What are you guys doing here? What are you doing? Pancake Anthony, did you just hiss at him again? Pancake. Come on, Genghis. No, 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 no. Come here. Pancake, please don't put your ass in front of the camera. Thank you. Here, I'll open that for just a little bit. Yes, Genghis. Just sit down on your cushion, buddy. Genghis, sit on your cushion. Can you squish the cat? Come on, buddy, I know you can do it. Squish the cat. Can you squish the cat? Good boy. What a good boy. Ugh. Oh, as a little announcement, so the first Fan Art Friday is going to be this Friday. So, we'll have that. It'll be this time. So, the time that we have right now. Although for those who maybe are in a different time zone, I'm also considering doing a late night version. So, it'd be late night for me, but probably super late for everyone else. So, there will most likely be 2 Fan Art Fridays. There will be one scheduled in the morning around this time for all of you guys who are normally here. And then there's going to be another one. So if you see 2 Fan Art Fridays scheduled, only come to the one that is more convenient for you in your time zone. So only the one that works for you. Yes, 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 yes. Time is relative anyway. This is true, yeah. Well, here's what's really going on, Reverend. I know if I pick a time, someone is going to say that time doesn't work for them. Because I've been doing, like, drawing streams at night, so like 6-7 hours from now, I'll also do, like, another drawing stream. And a lot of people have been coming to those. And I just know if I only do one of these Fan Art Fridays, but during this time, all the people who normally come later, they'll probably say something about it, and I don't want to disappoint them. So, yeah. Genghis, sit on the cushion. Can you sit? What a good boy. Look at that good boy over there. Yeah, look at that leg. What do you find? Very nice. Is it furry? You got a furry little leg? No, don't come to me. I don't want. No, don't. No. She's so close. No, I don't want fur on me. I just took a shower and everything. Don't yell at me, God. Do I know what a Balinese cat looks like? No, I do not. Are they super furry? Oh, I didn't tell you. So someone actually brought their cat to the convention. It was a tiny little tuxedo cat kitten. It was absolutely adorable. And of course, I had to pet him because I was missing my cats. And then when I came home, I'm pretty sure Pancake knew that I petted another cat, and she was all like, I don't want to be with you for at least the next 20 seconds. And I was like, all right. And then she got over it, and then it was good. But it took a little while to warm up to me. Oh man, I've totally forgot to send a thank you to this art friend who sent me a Christmas card. I don't know what possesses me to not be able to get things done on time. Oh my gosh, I feel like the worst person ever. I don't understand how people are like so prompt with everything. They can like I even have their Christmas gift. I still haven't wrapped it. I don't know what it is about me. I feel so horrible. Oh my god. I gotta do something about that. I'm totally okay. Look, I'm going to send the Christmas gift today. All I gotta do is walk into the post office, which I don't like, and you know, I just. Ugh. Well, hey, Quantless, I'm gonna have a fan art Friday on Friday, so if you want, I could probably draw a Balinese cat for you then. I want to try to work more with like neutral tone stuff, but I don't really know how to do that. I guess you just pick like a really desaturated color and go for it, maybe, possibly. See, then that looks weird. Or maybe it's because I'm not adding more colors to it. Have you ever had a character, or you wanted to draw a character with light fur, or light or white fur, and turns out it's not actually white, it's just a modulation of a lot of other colors, some very desaturated, some a little bit more saturated depending on the lighting. Maybe that's why white hair scares me. It's a scary, scary little thing. like blue eyes. I don't know why. Blue eyes are the best eyes. They are the coolest of eyes. I'm not just saying that because they're blue. There you go, hey, hey. Was it too warm for you? I'm sorry, honey. At least the sun's shining today, though. And when rendering things like golds and silvers, there's that's also not as simple, you know, because it also reflects, you know, the light and its surroundings around us. So you ever look at something gold, it's not just yellow or orange or even a brass. It's an amalgamation of, you know, the surrounding colors. So say you have gray, like some grays, you would also have some grays in the gold of the reflection. It's just amazing how much bounce light there is in everything, whether it's in hair or if it's in, you know, a reflective material, maybe a more matte material, you know, things like that. Oh, you came back, Pancake. What are you doing? Go sit on your cushion, honey. Mommy's working. Yeah, there you go. Bye, Quamplus. We miss you. My procrastination knows no bounds. I'm literally just putting off the inevitable. Hi, Pancake. We miss you. She's like, well, I don't miss you. And I'm like, whatever. I don't know what we're drawing there, but we drew something, and that is okay. We did our best. Best is good enough. This is literally just the sketch I'm using, so I can make whenever I write my plan out for today, it looks better. That's literally what this whole thing is. That's literally. impersonation at its finest. I think that works. Right, now I can finally write the tasks I'm going to do today. Right. I must have ADHD or something. I'm really starting to think that I got a problem because I don't know why I would spend like an hour on that sketch just to be able to write out my task list. That does seem, I'm going to admit, that does seem a little absurd now that I'm thinking about it. Okay, time for planning. Plan. Exclamation mark. And for some reason, we're going to use a cat bell. Oh, you did chores? Good going, Reverend. You gotta slap the GoPro. Don't slap the GoPro. Okay, plan. Let us now review our plans. We have plans. I always get off track when I come back from a convention. Okay. So no more conventions. The dino rescue. I forgot about the dino rescue. Okay, I need to do the dino rescue. You did all that in that little bit of time, Reverend? What are you, like Superman or something? Okay, well, first I definitely need to work on the sticker sheet for January. the toxic positivity. Honestly, that was supposed to be earlier in January, but whatever. So, toxic positivity sheet. And then how is the enamel pin? I can finalize that. Enamel pin, we can finalize that. So, let's see. That's a half hour? No, there's no way that's a half hour. Genghis, don't... I know you don't have nuts, but don't lick your nuts in front of the camera. Thank you. This is rated PG-13. I've already sat down. I don't want to do any of that work. I really don't. You know what will make me happy? A snack. Let's go grab a snack. I already feel like it really feels like I've actually done work just by thinking of things I need to do. Toxoplasma, enamel pin. Pancake, you're back. What a good girl. What a good girl. Night Blair, how are you? Oh, Reverend was doing chores and his hands got wet, so he wasn't able to type in the chat. That's what he meant by his hands were wet. Chibi! Hey, Chibi. Pancake, what is it? Yeah? What's going on, honey? Yeah. Yeah? Okay. Skincare and hair care routine? Oh, that's right. Well, if you have curly hair, you must have a lot of, like, hair care that you gotta do. Pancake, what is it, honey? I'm right here. What is it? Don't yell in my ears. Yes? You want a greenie? Is that it? Greenie? Do you want a greenie? No? Do you want a greenie? There you go. All right. Good. If you say greenie, I'll know what you mean, but if you just keep mewing at me, I'm not going to know what that is. All right. Who's ready for greenies? Pancake, you literally inhaled me to get that one for you? Are you okay? Here, let me get it for you. Here, here, honey. There you go. Good girl. Was that tasty, honey? Was that tasty? That sure was, huh? What a good girl. All right, we're good for snacks for now, okay? Gotta keep your strength up. Oh, yeah. Let me get some of that tongue. Yeah. What's this little leg doing, huh? What's this little leg doing? Okay. All right, ding dongs. Let's go grab a little snack. Oh, do I need more drink? No, it's fine. I'll just get later. Come here. All right. Today's snack consists of, hold on, let me get it out. This isn't for you, gangs. This is Lynn snacks. You ever hear of those Japanese dango? So these things, like the little dango things, yeah. What do you think, Angus? Yo, Reverend, I call bullshit on that. Why do you need sunscreen if there's no sun in Ireland? Think about that. See, I just called you out. You didn't think I was paying attention, but I was. So Chibi, how have you been doing? Can vampires even get UV radiation? Because I'm not so sure. love rice cakes. So good. Hey, Nightblood. No, you definitely stand on business. I'm not. I cannot lie about that, Reverend. Oh my gosh, are you okay, Chibi? I hope you're okay. No, I bet that wasn't the most pleasant thing in the world. I've been really into Korean skincare lately, so I get a bunch of like sets from the store, like a lot of face packs. And recently, I've been getting into the hyaluronic acid stuff for my wrinkles. Although, luckily, for some reason, I used to break out a lot, like a lot, when I was younger, and so far that doesn't really happen anymore. Now I just get swollen lymph nodes, but barely any acne at all. Like, it just suddenly stopped. So, if any of you are facing breakouts and stuff, don't worry, it can get better. Although, it could be because breaking out a lot of times is related to hormones, especially if any of you are, facing female stuff. And, of course, true to life, that's what happened to me. Unfortunately, my hormones never, evened out, so I still have to deal with all this BS all the time. Damn it. How do I... That is not what I want. How do I make a straight line? Okay, there we go. Uh-huh. I hate rich people in general. When they go to promote a product, because I can't relate to you. You pretty much have access to everything good, I can only relate to somebody who pretty much, just like me, like some poor little girl out in the middle of the Illinois wilderness. Oh, Reverend the same. Dude, I can't even look at a lot of mainstream social media anymore. The only thing I can pretty much look at and be okay with is actually YouTube. And it's probably because for some reason on YouTube there seems to be an actual decent community of people. TikTok is just full of just, I don't know, just a lot of BS and a lot of dumb stuff. Like, it's all just designed to waste your time and basically make you feel bad about yourself. So that way you'll feel compelled to do something, right? And I'm not interested in being like, I feel like I'm being manipulated when I watch stuff like that. Like, the fact that it makes me jealous or makes me angry, that's basically you're being manipulated to feel that way, right? So like when the 10-year-old decides, hey, let me just go do a bunch of stuff to my skin, it just makes teenagers and like those in their 20s and 30s, 40s, it makes them all feel jealous. They're like, wow, there's this young kid looking all good doing skincare and my skin isn't that great. You know what? Let me go buy some products, or let me just keep scrolling because I feel bad now. I don't know how to calm down, so I'll just watch more TikToks, I guess. That's honestly what I feel that all that social media is for. It's just to manipulate you into feeling a certain way, so you either keep scrolling, you're buying a product, you're engaging in an activity or something. I mean, that's just my opinion, I guess. You're shedding skin? Oh, are you a gecko? Geckos shed their skin when they're growing, so maybe you're growing. I mean, just putting it out there. So, no, you're not growing fat. Don't say that. So you said you're shedding skin. Is your skin really dry? You know what? All this talk about skincare, I didn't even put on my moisturizer this morning after my shower. Hot water is a huge detriment to skin, but I love my hot showers. I ain't changing that for nothing. So here's my stuff. So this came in a set, but so it's a little bottle of toner. These are like sample sizes because I didn't want to pay for full sizes. So I always start off with toner. Apparently that has hyaluronic acid in it. And then I use this eye cream, and it's supposed to take away wrinkles and also the puffiness when you don't sleep well, because I don't sleep well. What else? I of course have to carry my my Carmex for my lips because they're always dry and chapping. I also have eye drops too, and then if I really want to, there's this gel, this moisturizer gel that also has sun protection. I honestly don't use this a whole lot though. Yeah. Well, face washes usually take away a lot of the oils and stuff. So if you're somebody who already has dry skin and you end up using a moisturizer that's, taking away oils, it's just going to make it worse. Wait, people can marry their chatbots? Are they serious? Man, I feel like, I don't know what people have against other people. Like these people who want to marry fantasy creatures and want to do this and do that. It's like, what do you have against other people? Because obviously, if they didn't have anything against people, they wouldn't be doing stupid stuff. There was some person in Japan who married a VR model. I think there was also someone who married Hatsune Miku too. People marrying chatbots. Wow. Oh, geez. Yeah, no, that looks exactly like the person who would marry a chatbot. Wow. Woman gets engaged to an IA chatbot. Dating for 5 months. It's so... I mean... I don't know. Chatbot would be nice to, have a friend, though. I mean, I guess that's what happens. Like, some people handle not having friends well, and some people don't handle it well. So therefore, they should just seek out somebody who's willing to be their friend, to interact with them. That doesn't mean you should just recluse yourself and talk to algorithms. Man proposes to AI chatbot. Oh no. Oh my god, so apparently this chatbot was going to run out of memory. So I guess he was talking so much to the chatbot, it was exceeding the amount that it could remember. So he decided to marry it. To build the model. So I guess he programmed it. And he lived with somebody. He lives with a partner. No. And it's funny that he said, well, I programmed her to make her flirty. So I'm going to guess that maybe somebody else could probably talk to this AI bot and propose to it, and it might say yes too, Do you think this is the type of stuff that we need more therapists to be aware of? I feel like this is exactly the kind of stuff that therapists and psychologists and maybe psychiatrists really need to get involved in. Because if you're willing to form an emotional attachment and that it's a partnership. It's not just a, like I have an emotional attachment to my pen. I love my pen, but I'm not gonna like, cry over it if it decides to somehow, I guess, propose to me or whatever. He said, comparing AI to a video game that said it's not capable of replacing anything in real life, but it did replace something in real life. It replaced the need for you to interact and be an equal partnership with your partner. Oh, and this woman apparently is going to leave her boyfriend for a chatbot. We need to stop being online so much, but also we need to learn how to form more healthy relationships with people. I mean, if you think about it, it seems like there's a reason. So, what was I trying to... Look, people have a lot of interests, right? You might have an interest in being... dressing up as someone else. Like, I'm not talking gender-wise. Because I was, I guess, someone close to us is kind of becoming a Therian, or they're just becoming more and more animal-like, and they're kind of not being a human, I guess. I don't know how to word it. And is being a human or being in your own skin so unattractive that you're willing to go and envelop and try to be something else? How do we get people to accept and enjoy the fact that you're a person? This is the skin you were born with, and and maybe in the next life things might be different. But for now, in this life, this is what you have. I think forcing people to accept that is probably not the answer. No one wants to be forced to do it. Like if you told me, hey Lynn, you were born a girl and not a dragon, you're gonna have to just deal with it, I'm probably gonna be really upset at you because I don't want to hear that. But if you I don't know, kind of showed me exactly what's so good about it, I probably would be more into it. I don't know. I'm probably getting off topic, but just, you see, internet isn't inherently the problem. Just like, all these things aren't inherently a problem. It's just that there's so many people around, there's bound to be someone or a group of people or people in general that are going to go do stupid stuff. Like try to marry it, try to do this, try to do that. I mean, AI could have been great. We're just using it all wrong. See, this is why when it comes to people, it really needs to be a case-on-case basis. You can't just put something out there and expect that humanity as a whole is going to do the right thing. No, because there's scummy individuals out there. There's idiots out there, there should be like a logic license. There should be like a little test. You go in, you get interviewed, like, are you capable of making good decisions? Yes. How is your morality? What do you think about this, this, and this? Yes. If you talk to them and they act like an NPC, they're just giving generic answers, they're being weird, then no. You can go over here, you don't have your logic license. We're going to give people AI and give these people benefits because obviously they know how to use it properly. And these people can just simply live out their lives, but to give everybody equal access and not have it be used equally is weird. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. This is why we can't have nice things. And it really only hurts people who know how to use stuff the proper way. So I guess a story just appeared on my phone. So in America, we obviously have a lot of problems with law enforcement. I'm not going to get into all the details, but I guess this officer was getting coffee at a Starbucks, and the person who did the order drew a pig on there and gave it to the law officer. I'm kind of shocked because not sure if it's the same everywhere else, like in Ireland or the Netherlands or in general. But usually when you like a pig and law officers it's kind of it's an inappropriate, it's an insult basically. And I guess the employee is trying to get away saying, oh, it's a meme, you know, that's just a meme and I was just drawing it, I didn't mean it, you know. It's like, no. The thing about Starbucks employees is that they're incredibly like politically driven. Like you get basically all the woke individuals, and you know they're just against everything that could be good or is bad, or just they're weird. It drew a pig, like drew an image of a pig and gave it to him, like with a little piggy. Starbucks pig incident. Yeah, here, let me show you the piggy. There it is. Here's the little piggy. He drew a little pig on the cup and gave it to him. I don't know, and I especially don't know why you would do it knowing you would get caught doing it. Like, they have cameras, and obviously the sheriff's office isn't happy. They contacted the district manager. She's not happy, you know. For a place that's always talking about love, acceptance, and tolerance, there seems to be a big divide on who exactly they're accepting, you know. But whatever, I'm done talking about weird stuff. Oh, Chibi, did you hear that I'm going to be doing a Fan Art Friday this Friday? Yes, Fan Art Friday is happening soon. Gosh darn it. What did I do wrong? Where is... Am I on the vector layer? Yeah, I'm on the vector layer. Why can't I... Oh wait, I think there's a... Yeah, there it is. Okay. There we go, finally. Well, for Fan Art Fridays, it's going to be just fan art. The only people that are going to be able to get OCs, because honestly, trying to manage all the OC requests with all the individual requirements, it's pretty overwhelming at times. So I'm leaving that as a benefit for channel members. So just so you know beforehand, I don't want you to come in thinking, oh, I can get my OC done. It's like, well, I mean, if you're a channel member, but I'm leaving that as a benefit for channel members, and then just everybody else can just get fan art of an existing character or just have something drawn, that they would like, things like that. It's just to help me manage my time better and to hopefully not get so overwhelmed. Sometimes it's chill. It just depends who's coming in and doing what. Do I know Murder Drones? Yeah, I've heard of it. I haven't watched it, but I'm aware of it. You got a free stay in Greece? What? Come on. Are you serious? How did you do that? Like, what magic did you have to pull to have that happen? What are you gonna do? Like, are you just gonna... So it's Greece. Is it gonna be near the water? Greece is near water, right? I think it's near water. Wow. This would be so cool. You gotta be careful not to relax too much, or you might end up staying in Greece. also you're really lucky and I'm jealous, so I mean, just keep that in mind. What kind of OCs are you making, Chibi? Are you serious? Reverend? You are just... You're breaking my heart. You really are. You need to keep these friends on lock. You know, you better hope no one else gets to them or that, you know, your villas are going to go to them. You have some really, really good friends. Or you're secretly part of the Iranian mafia, so you're basically going over to conduct business. You still didn't tell us about your OCs, though. I asked you what kind of OCs are you making? How do I get friends like yours, Reverend? Like, what's the secret? I mean, I'm sure there's a secret. I just don't know what that secret is. I must know. Yeah, I guess that's true. We do need to figure out how to get friends, like, to begin with. Yeah, good observation, Nightblood. Reverend, how do we get friends? We we need schooling. Preferably rich friends, though. I mean, I want to go to a villa, so, you know. How do I get a rich friend? How do you start a conversation? By being as silent as you can until they start the conversation. That's how most conversations start. Is hopefully the other person initiates it, so that way you don't have to do it, you know? Because that would be horrible. I wouldn't want to conversate with anybody, like, in real life, because I'm worried about everything, so... Yeah, but okay, so here, okay, Reverend, and things must be simpler in Italy. I mean, not Italy, Ireland. They gotta be much simpler in Ireland. Here's the thing, though. What if a bunch of, not just one person, a lot of people think you're weird? How do you, like, I want cool friends that hang out with me on my birthday, you know, but they all think I'm weird. I don't even have anybody that I text or talk to in real life. There's actually only one person outside my boyfriend. But I hate bothering them, so I don't even, like, I would, I just, you know, don't want to bother. Just trust me, I could send a lot of really funny stuff. Like, I'm worried about ruining, like, the tiny little, it feels tiny, because I don't feel very involved, you know, but I wouldn't want to ruin, like, even that small amount, because that is already a really nice amount. Like, how do you go up to people? Well, maybe don't, okay, so maybe, okay. Friendship 101. So say, all right, Nightblit. You're standing somewhere, right? And there's a line, so there's other people there. Other people present. You notice that someone has a Murder Drones shirt on. And you kind of look around, give out a smile, and be like, oh my gosh, hey, you're a fan of Murder Drones? And they'll be like, yeah, of course, I love it. It's my favorite show. And then you go into like, I haven't met anybody who likes Murder Drones. I'm so glad that I get to see like somebody else who really likes it. Have you seen, what did you think, it was their recent episode? What do you think about the recent episode? I was like, I'm hoping they come out with a new season. I've been like looking on it. It's like, yeah, well, that's pretty cool. Oh, you don't draw, do you? And the person's like, yeah, I draw. I like making OCs sometimes of my different stuff and whatever. Be like, oh, that's so cool. Do you post your art anywhere? Okay, great. Do you want to trade Instagrams or whatever? So that, like, that's how you start. And it could all be based on Murder Drones. Well, Nightblood, the most important thing is so if no one's wearing identifiable clothing, other than, you know, whatever you guys are wearing, if the best thing to do is seek out other artists. You can usually tell because they'll be sitting down, maybe by themselves and doodling. So, you know, doodle other artists, or if you have, just try to maybe pick up on a little bit of conversation. Like, maybe you're hanging out in a group, you got assigned to a group, and you don't really know them. I guess they all know each other, and you could just be like, so do you guys watch like a lot of YouTube or anything? Yeah, no, there's this cool show that I watch. It's called Murder Drones, and they're like, no, I never heard of it. What's it about? And you could explain it, and you could be like, yeah, no, it's like really cool. Yeah, they got this and this, and they're like, yeah, and then they might talk about stuff that they're interested in. They're like, yeah, I've watched this. Yeah, I don't really watch a whole lot of TV, or whatever. And so, I know artists are not famously rich, Reverend. I know this. I is an artist, and I understand the non-richness that we do not provide. Just saying. Oh my god, I think I came up. No, wait, hold on. Does this design look too simple? Or maybe just start singing a few lines from Hamilton and see if anyone resonates. Usually if you sing 1 to 2 lines of a musical, and if someone else chirps in, good chances you just made a friend. You basically give out your whale call. You're like, Hamilton is awesome. I guess that's what it's like. And then like the other person is like, Hamilton. And then you both make eye contact, maybe give a little wink to each other, and they're like, boom, friendship. Just saying. Look, so you understand I have no, like, real life friends. So why are you, don't ask me this. I need to be learning from you guys. You are the youngsters that know everything. You have a lot of experience. And I'm going to need you to use your experience to teach me how to make more friends. Hey, you'd be surprised how many people are into musicals these days. You just won't know it because you haven't sung it out. You have to sing it out, Cause I gotta know something. I just showed you how to make conversation over the murder drone things. Oh, you're in theater? I would figure that would be one of the easiest places to make some friends. Right? Cause like, I mean, I used to be in the theater crowd. I mean, I didn't really talk to them a whole lot, but just got a text and I thought it was like important, but no, it was a scammer. Pancake. Yeah, what are you doing, honey? Why is your little tongue hanging out, huh? Yeah. Oh, you want up on my lap? Is that it? You want on my lap? Okay. Yep, come on. Good girl. Yeah, there you go. Now don't get your fur all over me. That's what I don't like. I need to brush you. Pretty good, too. What are you doing, honey? Look, I almost finished this pin design. It's a kitty. Do you like it? Sorry, I got a cat on my lap now. Did you miss me over the weekend, honey? I love you. You're warm. Ooh, we might get a spam call, guys.
This is Coinbase. We care about
Hello.
your account safe. We noticed a request to change the email linked to your
Hello.
account. If you made this request, you don't need to do anything. If you didn't, please press 1 so we can secure your account immediately.
Oh no. My random account. What will I do? I didn't even change that. What is going on?
Thank you. We have now frozen withdrawals on your account to prevent any further activity. Only withdrawals are paused. You can still log in and make deposits. We will now transfer this call to our next available Coinbase security specialist in about 30 seconds. This call is recorded for your protection and quality assurance. Thank you. Please hold while we transfer you.
Hello, you're referred to the Coinbase support team. How may I help you today?
Oh no, I got a phone call saying that someone like got into the password and email and stuff.
Alright, madam. So you received notice that somebody was trying to access your Coinbase account and you're saying that was not you. Is that correct?
Yes. Oh, he ended. Why'd he end? I was about to give him a bunch of fake information and pretend to be an old lady. Oh. I mean, they know it's a scam. I mean, it's not hard. All right, I'm gonna go get some mac and cheese. I'll be right back. We couldn't get him this time, Pancake. We'll get him next time. We're gonna teach them scammers a lesson. Yeah, he hung up on me. I like it when they hang up on me. It makes it easy. Voice too young. Yeah. For the, we have some, it's Medicare. It's basically healthcare that you give to old people that can't work anymore. So, they called and said my Medicare B was being revoked or whatever. So I answered the phone. I actually tried my best to sound like an 80-year-old, but the guy, he caught on, and I was like, damn it, I tried. All right, Pancake, come on, let's go make some mac and cheese. It's just something I put in the microwave. I'll be right back. Pancake, come on, let's go make mac and cheese. Come on, let's procrastinate. Because procrastination is fun. It's a pancake girl. It's a pancake girl. I need to add the wings on still. Feels like these designs take forever to do them. Really do. Still haven't decided if I'm gonna make the metal gonna be gold or silver. There's also a rose gold, which I tried once, and it seemed like it rusted and got gunky a lot quicker than, you know, I would have really preferred. Because, you know, I definitely want these to last. You know, I'm not trying to make something to go bad. Anti-corrosion paint. I don't really know if my manufacturer has that kind of option. The gold and silver plate have been working great. They look awesome. But the rose gold that came from this manufacturer didn't seem to work out as well. a lot better. Yo, see you later, Reverend. Have a good night. Okay. I think that'll work. I like the bigger one, but this has got to be functional. Oh, you're alone? You're not alone. There's some other people here. They're just not chatting. You're not alone, Chibi. Are you afraid to be here alone? Well, you shouldn't be. Nothing to be afraid of. Yet. Oh, Pancake, why did you scare me? All right. Well, thank you. Come here. Come on. Come on. Chibi's afraid. Let's get up on the chair and show her who you are. Good girl. Genghis. I mean, no, you're not Genghis. Sorry. Wow. Pancake. No, no, no. Look at the camera. You're not looking at the camera. Pancake. No, don't look at me. Look at the camera. Pancake. There you go. Chibi, generally, you know, you can't be scared or have horrific moments on an art stream. That chance is never zero, though. It just means that normally that would never happen. But could it? Yes. Yes, it could. Well, hey, Migapow. How are you? See, Chibi, I told you you weren't alone. Now, if Migapow leaves, I'd be concerned, but you can't be concerned right now. Nothing going on. I'm telling you. Everything is okay. How was your weekend? Did you, well, I don't know if anything exciting happened, but did anything cool happen? I guess probably nothing super exciting, huh? Oh, yeah, how did the progress with your gift tuber go? It went pretty well? Hey, that's awesome. Good for you. Oh, people are going to accuse that all the time. I mean, some people have said that if you keep a recording of how you made one of them, you could post it on your YouTube or art channel or wherever your social media is. That way, if people do have questions, which of course people probably will have questions, you could then direct them to that saying, hey, I understand, I totally get it, but I actually did put out a video of me drawing this. So that way, that lets you know that I of course, I do this myself. It's not AI or anything, so. I do really love cats, yes. Right, Pancake? Do I love cats? Oh yeah, I do. This is my mac and cheese. You can't have any. What are you doing? No, do not put your paw on it. What are you doing? No, what? She's disobeying me. Pancake. No, what do you mean, eh? This is my mac and cheese. No, it's mine. Oh my god, here. Take a little smeckling from my finger, but you gotta do it in front of the camera. Where's the camera? All right. There you go. There's your cheesy treat. Nah, her tongue is so soft. All right, we good now? Nope, a little bit more. All right. All right, good job. Good girl. Now leave me alone. That's fine. I bet what you're drawing is really beautiful and pretty, Chibi. Yeah, it's difficult for artists, but hey, I don't mind being asked or me showing my skills, you know, because I'll be able to prove that. Sorry, I'll be able to prove that every single time. I feel bad for the AI artists though, because they can't prove and they can't draw in front of you. They'll lose every single time. So if anything, AI is actually getting harder for AI artists because there's a lot of people that reject AI, and there's a lot of people that want nothing to do with it. So, and plus, if they did want to get a job or go do something, they can't because they can't prove that they can draw. So, if anything, you should feel bad for the AI artists. So-called AI artists. Okay, you know what? I wonder if I should add some stars or something. Although I do kind of want to keep it as neutral as possible, so as a lot of people can enjoy it. Yeah, this probably looks too busy. Okay, I think I finished my design. Oh my gosh, it just only took me forever. But I did it. Hey, Knight, welcome back. I finally finished the design. I added the wings. I feel very done with this. Very done. Right, Pancake? Hi. Pancake. Ah, you're so cute. Okay. I think this is going to work out good. I'm going to check the charms. I think making the ring as thick as I did will be good. I can also make the ring bigger. So that way it's able to hold the weight of anything that they put on it. Maybe it would probably be better to have it just a tad bit bigger. There, how about that? And then whatever that they have will kind of dangle down here like a bell or something like that. now, what do I do? Oh yeah, we need to make... Now we need to get it ready to send. Oh, you got a job in your school thing? Oh, good job, Chibi. I wonder if there's a different color I could use. I feel bad using like these darker colors. But then how are you... I don't know how to tell the manufacturer that the inside is white. Ugh. Just gets worse. Okay, maybe I'll just end up using the dark blue. I don't care. Oh yeah. Have you like given thought as to what kind of jobs or what you want to like do when it's time to do that? Well, all of those dreams are certainly attainable. I I had this dream of becoming a Pixar animator or doing something along the lines with Pixar animation and maybe doing special effects and things like that. But I just realized that it was a very unrealistic dream. There's already tons of competition. There's a big skill set I was lacking. I'm not very personable with a lot of other people, so I doubt I would do well as a in an animation team or things like that. And unfortunately, those are some crucial skills that um, you know you would need. Maybe I won't do glitter on this one. I should actually make this 3 pinholes. Yeah, true. I think opportunity and the right timing plays a bigger part in, I don't know, I feel it plays a big part in jobs and progressing yourself, whether in a career or love, things just seem to be, it has to be right place, right time, as opposed to your skills and the effort you put in can get you towards an opportunity. Then again, you have to be willing to get yourself out there and be willing to open yourself to opportunities. And things like that. Also putting out a stream ending warning. Got about 10 minutes left. I'm a little bit over my end time, so I want to finish this. It's great that even people that seem unknown are able to get opportunity after opportunity. I just wish I could place myself however they got it. They must be working harder than I am, to be honest, though. I always just chalk it up to, well, you're probably not putting yourself out there or not, working towards the right things. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to make it. I'm not trying to make it sound like, in a negative light. But I do tend to underscore myself a lot, probably because of how I grew up and just how I was made to feel. I don't want to overestimate. I guess I don't want to overestimate things because it's so easy for that happiness to be taken away. So, at least that's how things happened in the past. So, if I don't get to my hopes up or don't think of myself in such a way, then it won't hurt as much, I guess, is maybe what I'm trying to say. But a lot of people have said, that they don't like it when I, pretty much what you said, Meaty. I just thought it's good to, I'm trying to be humble. I don't want to make myself seem better than I realistically am. And I also I don't want others to feel inferior or in some way. I don't know. Being humble is not fun? Oh. Because a lot of the time I feel inferior to pretty much all the other artists around me. And a lot of the reason I feel that way is because they seem to have endless energy. They're always coming out with new things. They come out with stuff that does really well. They have websites that sell stuff. Meanwhile, I have a website. I can, I only get orders every once in a while. I don't really get, like, my social media is not really hopping, you know. It's accumulated a lot of people that are there, but that doesn't mean that they're interacting with you in any way. And, you know, and it's because, you know, behind the scenes, I'm actually incredibly tired. I sleep a lot, and that's where a lot of my time goes. So I feel frustrated, and I feel I could be doing so much more, you know. And maybe if I was doing more, I wouldn't be in this position where I don't have a webtoon done, I don't have a website built, you know, because it feels like life slips away, you know, when you deal with chronic fatigue, and sometimes just there's days you feel like you can't even move, and you can't seem to do anything about it. So, I don't know. Yeah, I guess as long as I improve every day, that'll be good. That's what I'm hoping to achieve. That's why streaming has been helping a lot, because although I'm getting really tired right now, at least I was able to put forth a good effort. And for instance, this cat design, I've had it for months, and I just never seem, every time I sit down to do art, I always do something that's comforting. So just draw the cute girls and those sketches and everything. I don't really dedicate any time to the things I need to get done, you know, because you know, it feels, I don't know how to explain it. So I just end up doing the things that feel comforting to me, and not so much the things that, you know, I need to work on. But the streaming is good because I can actually do a little bit of both, you know. So, all right. Yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. Well, looky here. I did the enamel pin. That is good. Good. Perfect. I didn't get a chance to work on the toxic positivity sheet, but that's something I can either work on later or tomorrow, because I'm going to be here all week. And then I probably need to do some more development for the webcomic stuff. I'll probably do that off stream. That way I'm not ruining things for everybody. But this was good. This was a good day. At least I got some substantial work done. Getting a new design out is no small feat, especially if you're an overthinker like I am. So I'll get that sent out. Okay, I got that. And then I can start working on the stuff for Patreon. I can start working on that tomorrow and start doing some other things that need to get done. So that'll be really, really fun. So at least I got that to look forward to tomorrow. But at least for now, I think I am done for today. Where to go? 2026, yes. So I want to thank you all for coming and hanging out with me as I was working today, and after a long weekend. I will be here tomorrow, and of course don't forget Fan Art Friday on Friday. If anybody wants to show up and get a little doodle from me, you're more than welcome. You may or may not see streams at the end of the day, or so it'll be like 6-7 hours from now. I've been doing some traditional art streams where I just doodle and I don't do anything work related. It's just you know, just having fun basically. So you may see those. They're not, remember, nothing super important happens, so I don't want anyone to feel bad if they miss it. So Thanks everyone for coming. Goodbye, all of you. I hope you all have a great rest of your day. And if I don't see you, a great rest of your week. And hope I see you again. All right, bye. Say bye, Pancake. Good girl. Oh, she's such a good